Morning, this is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Sunday, November 7th. Nice bounce back on the market on Friday, a couple of 100 points. They said most of the reason for the rally was Obama's first conference call, to talk about the economy. What a disappointment that was. No meat. It was just like a typical Bush speech where everyone holds their breath, waits for the guy to talk, and he says absolutely nothing. Still, the market was able to close higher despite that. We're looking at the daily chart here. As you can see, we dropped 1,000 points in 2 days and bounced back nicely. Let's switch over to the 15-minute chart real quick. I did an alert on Thursday saying that the indicators indicative, for lack of a better word, that we should see at least 1,000 point rally in the next week. The last three times, the other time is actually off the chart here, that we saw RSI this oversold after a large sell-off that we saw back over here in early September, a 2,200 point rally. In mid-October, we saw an 1,100 point rally, and we held support at 85, 8,600 and are treading water here. So looking for the same kind of move over the next week back up to 9,500 plus. We've got options expiration in 2 weeks, so the plan would be for them to jam this market higher and then next week start to sell it off ahead of options expiration. If we scroll down, actually let's flip back over to the daily chart again. RSI not too shabby. You can see on stochastics we've held the 50 level and should see a bounce back on this week. If we're able to break back above 91.64, the rally is on. We're set. This is our breakout point here. We've got a couple of moving averages sitting just there. VIX chart, bearish engulfing candle on Friday. Well, not technically, almost. What that indicates is you get an up candle and then the red candle totally engulfs it, and usually this is a sign of a top. So as I mentioned, we're looking for a plunge in the VIX, so we'll be done with this volatility hopefully. SMH 1795, we got a bounce back on Friday, so that is new support now. Breakout is the 20-day exponential, so it will be a close over 2003. Target is the 50-day moving average over the next 6 or 7 weeks. That's 2265 plus. Indicators look pretty good. Stochastics is down to the 50 level. If we actually flip over to the QQQs, 3040 is your support now on the Qs if you're looking for a scalp play. Breakout is the 20-day at 32.55, and $36 is our target by year end. So if you're looking for a medium-term play over the next few weeks, may be time, especially if we see some greenage on Monday, to consider the QQQQs here for a scalp trade. One other stock actually to keep an eye on here is Goldman Sachs GS. We've had two, actually looking back on this, wow, we should have really bought some way out of the money leap puts here. We've called two head and shoulders charts over the last year on this one, and the stock is down 60%. But anyway, key support on Goldman Sachs is 73.77. As long as this stock can hold above this, I think we're in good shape. If we see Goldman Sachs start to break down, the market could ignore it, but we really do not want to see a breakdown in Goldman Sachs if we're hoping for the rally that we want to come. So, just keep an eye on Goldman Sachs near term. Also, as I mentioned, we are living in Turdville right now, playing the basement stocks. Risk reward is very attractive here, and they seem to be moving. We called it a week ago, and then this last week there was some nice 100 to 200% mover. Zone ZHNE continues to tread water here. Another one I like is NEXM. Now, granted, these are all turd stocks, so you don't put all your money in it. You play small. We're taking a shotgun approach of buying a bunch of them, and it only takes a couple of these to make a fat profit. Support is 11 cents, breakout 17 cents, target 30 cents. Indicators are, coiled and ready to go. These guys have a conference call Tuesday morning, I believe. So we might get some positive news and an excuse for them to run the stock. ZVUE Handheld Entertainment. These guys have a conference call this upcoming Thursday to announce probably some big news. At least that's what they lead us to believe. So there should be very nice momentum in this stock going into the Thursday meeting. Would look to add anything under 10 cents with a 20-cent target on this stock. Quick mention on NEOL chart, really not a whole lot of help here, but this is a biotech stock. They've got a market cap of $4 million. They've got $21 million in cash, and they're burning $1.33 million a quarter. Lots of cash, lots of drugs in phase 1, 2, and 3 trials, and trading at a negative 16 million market cap based on its cash balance. So ridiculous. Biotechs usually are the biggest penny movers, and this is one I would look to add 17 cents and under. Breakout 25 cents, target 35 to 45 cents on this one. Keeping an eye on FNSR. Would be looking on Monday to see if we can pick up any under 60 cents. And then, of course, Sirius SIRI. They stock hasn't been able to move because there's been a lot of rumors they won't be able to finance their debt. Please is all I got to say about that. They've got a 20 million subscribers. These guys are going to get cash. I mean, anyone that thinks they won't, even in this environment, is crazy in the head or short the stock. Company came out and gave its 5-year guidance, which is pretty damn attractive considering the state of the car market. I believe they report earnings on Tuesday. Actually, it looks like Sirius reports earnings tomorrow morning. So if we get any sort of news on financing, no matter what it is, the stock should rocket. I still think by December we should see this stock nicely higher. Breakout is the 20-day exponential at 37 cents. So if you're looking to pick up a decent-sized position on this one, I would wait for a close above the 20-day exponential. But really going to be watching this one closely. Could be potentially a very nice mover over the next couple of months. Of course, just to add, a higher price stock into the mix, ELN bounced nicely on Friday. As I mentioned, nice support in here. 636 would be stops. 20-day exponential 775 would be your scalp target, and then 850 thereafter. Indicators are starting to pick up. RSI is now in a move up, and as you can see, there's a nice pinch in stochastics, and Elon rarely goes this much time. This is two plus months now without a spike in stochastics to the 80 level. So this chart says a big move is a coming. If you don't want to put a lot of cash out there and you want to forget about this stock, January 2010 750 calls look pretty attractive here. Oh, and also, way to play the market. On Friday, market was up a couple of hundred points. The index calls barely moved. So if this rally is going to continue, I like the DIA 94 to 96 calls. They could be, doubles if the market does what we expected. When we had this last big rally a couple of weeks ago, we saw the market just bounce in a couple of hundred points range for about 2 or 3 days and then go boom. We're seeing the same setup here. So we could see the market tear on that 1,000-point move I'm looking for and hoping for Tuesday or Wednesday. And that's all I've got for the update. Would love to see a green update or up move tomorrow, and that would probably solidify us for a very nice few days rally in the market. And that's it for the video. I'll see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Goodbye.